like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It looks so beautiful. It's nice because it's really cool, but still warm in the mornings and the evenings now. So like I was running home from work yesterday and it was dark, but it was like 8:30ish, 8:45. And it was just the perfect temperature.
But still
so
warm
nice.
in the mornings and the evenings now. So
hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Chantele Francis. Up top, I have with me Michelle Nash. Say hello, Michelle.
hello.
And then we have Tanya joining us again this week. Say hello, Tanya.
Hello, hello.
Hello. So if you're on this channel, make sure you subscribe right down below. This channel is all about reality TV and any gossip that we can find that goes along with it. So today we're going to be talking about season 13, The Duel of MTV Rules, Real World, The Challenge. It's always such a mouth jargon. Real World, Road Rules, The Challenge. Anyways, challenging. Season 13, episode 5 and 6. So actually, I want to talk about something else beforehand. I want to talk about some gossip beforehand.
Ooh,
okay.
There's a lot going on right now.
Like, did you see, Tanya, because I know Michelle has, I sent it to her, about Mark Long is in talks with like Bunna Murray, whatever the people have put on the challenge, about the OG season.
Oh, like actually?
They officially, yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be a thing. OG challenge.
I know he was trying to do it. He was trying to do it for a while, but
it seemed like it was like fruitless, like there was no chance, but they signed a thing. It's happening. And whatever ends up being, it's just going to be a great moment for us all, I think.
I mean, I feel like Darrell looked like he was part, I don't know, like just people that I want to see again are going to be part of it. And like, I hope that they go back to like the nostalgia of these challenges that they were like in their prime at. Like,
yeah.
I want them to be a little bit also within the format of it to be old school. That's like my ideal situation. So what other gossip do you have, Michelle? While I find a photo.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, speaking of Darrell is going to be of the challenge that's filming starting next week or whatever. Darrell's coming back, and even crazier than that, Teresa's coming back.
Yeah.
Which I am like weirdly so excited for because she was never one of my faves, okay? Like I was never like, I need Teresa. However, watching old clips of her and just like her ferocity and like she was always a bit stronger than people thought because she doesn't look like one of the athletic girls and she wasn't afraid. She never backed down from a fight. Like, and I just feel like I mean, I don't know her state now. I know she's like married, has kids and stuff, but I'm sure she's still like fit and like she would give these girls, like she's a good competitor. She'll give them a run for their money. And it'll just be interesting to have someone like that back.
Well, we were just talking about her last week, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I couldn't remember who she was. And then I was like, oh, now I know who she is.
Yeah. And rumor has it that there's like 2 or 3 different like styles of what the challengers right now are predicting based on the people of what it's going to be. And the main one people think it's going to be is like pairing up finalists and non-finalists. So like, because they have exactly half and half of each gender and everything of people who've been in a final and people who haven't or are just like a rookie. And that would be interesting because there's strong people on both sides, but then some of the really strong vets will get completely fucked over. So it would just be great. And like, I normally want like every man for themselves challenges, but an iconic, like horrific pairing every once in a while.
It's like, who's gonna get stuck with Wes? So I'm just gonna do like a quick blow through of like who is suggested that's gonna be on this one. So I didn't think Bananas would come back so quickly, but
yeah,
that one's on the fence. Bananas is on the fence in terms of what I'm reading online. Because he also posted that Instagram that he was like off to work and then like the goat emoji and who's in his challenge like uniform sponsored by Under Armour. Anyways, he posted that, but then there was also people talking about online how he wasn't actually going. So I don't know who he's trolling, but he may or may not be.
I heard at first he wasn't going, and then I heard he was, and I heard I wasn't sure. And then like last I heard, I thought he was, but I agree with you. There's and you know that they're going to be quarantining extra people just in case. Like they have to have backup plans. So and maybe he's going to be part of it in some other way for this season. Like, who knows? We've had Invasion of the Champions. We've had like so many different things. So I don't know.
We'll see.
Maybe he's going to come back as like that. What are they called? Mercenaries? Anyway,
yeah, I love that.
Maybe they have to defend or beat him to like win the title at the end or something. I don't know.
Like he's Bowser.
Exactly. Okay, so Bananas, Wes, Ashley, Nani, Nelson, Josh, Big T, Casey, CT, Corey, Tori, Jenny, Fessy, Jay, and Nisa. So those are all the people that are wearing like, or I guess from the previous season.
Yeah.
So we have Teresa, Asaf, again, he's coming back. Like, even though we talk about him at all in the reunion and like what he's coming back, like he made an impact.
Yeah, but no, he is just on every single reality show. He just like,
he is.
And I don't know. I mean, considering the fact that Annalise from Big Brother is going to be on it.
Well, not anymore. That's some other gossip.
What?
So we did not see so there was a group chat that was going around.
I saw the group chat, the racist, like the Nick made that comment. And
absolutely. And so she was in that group chat. So apparently she's been dropped from the challenge because he went on kind of an apology tour being like, oh, I don't associate with people like that. Like, I just left I wasn't even part of that group. Like, I don't even know what it said. Like, or she said something like that. You know what I mean? Like, kind of just like not taking any responsibility for it. And then also kind of defending herself. And so it seems as though she's not going to be part of the challenge.
Thank God. Oh my God. Because I was going to say, like, I went on a tirade to Tanya when I found out Annalise was because I'm just.
What's the tirade? Let me hear it.
What? She was part of that racist group, right? But she was the one who was like, oh, but I'm nice to everybody and like, blah, blah, blah. But like had a showmance with Jack, who was like one of the worst ever. She laughed and made fun of all the people too. She was along the ride. And she's so young. She doesn't deserve the prestige of getting to be one of the people from Brother that crosses over. No. And I knew when I saw that, I was like, she's going to hook up with Asaf and then Nani's going to be like this bitch. Like, I was hoping that Nani would at least be like, ew. And that would be like satisfying. But honestly, like, I don't need to see her as a rookie that loses. I'm more upset. No, I was more upset to hear about Annalise than even Nicole. And we all know how I feel about Nicole. I was like, at least like Nicole is a competitor, so there's something, but I don't enjoy her, but like at least there's something.
Yeah, it's like her being there, like she wants to compete, she wants to do well, like she can
exactly. She's not just there for the hookups. She's also there for the hookups, but not just there for
Well, no, but she maybe not right now because isn't she still in a relationship with Ashley? So
I mean, okay.
I mean, when has that stopped her from anything?
Ever. People are savage today. So also Leroy and Cam are back. So it's still together, if I'm not mistaken.
And together, yeah.
Cool.
Are they engaged?
They're not engaged, but they celebrated like their 1 year.
Yeah, I was thinking about Kayla, who's engaged.
Kayla, shouts to Kayla. Shouts on your engagement.
Sam Bird.
Yeah. Engaged. And they have all these photos where she's like.
I mean, I saw a blurry photo, but I didn't know what was happening. Like, okay, so now I think it was like she was going like this, and I just was like, it's just blurry. Yeah. Okay, so it was a ring thing. Yeah. I mean, congratulations, whatever. I feel like it's just an opportunist kind of moment. It's very performative.
Absolutely.
You know, I know she's definitely a girl that gets into long-term relationships, so she's not afraid of like the commitment part, but I think that she was trying to like salvage her image a bit with this like, well, he's the one for me now. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's a little bit performative, but I mean, if she's happy, she's happy. Like, they're
it's a great
happier. I mean, it's just like they started dating like a month or two before quarantine started. Like they met in January.
Didn't they meet when she went to go visit Bear while she's still with her boyfriend? Like, I mean, I don't know the timeline, but
probably.
I don't know for sure, but I know they didn't start like seeing each other for real till January or February. So it's like your relationship has been in this time that's so different. I mean, who knows?
I mean, that's good in the sense that like you really get to know somebody. Like, you know, you always say you want to live with somebody or go on vacation with them. You can tell if you actually really like them or not. So, I mean, it's good for that. They've been able to prevail through quarantine. So Nicole, you saw that. I mean, she's okay. What about Devin? Are you excited to see Devin?
I
am.
Yeah, honestly, he provides.
He's ridiculous.
Yeah, he is ridiculous. He provides lulls. He is like, just, I don't know, his ego's hilarious, and he just is there to try to be this conniving, like, Wes type person that he hasn't quite become, but he's like better than Josh. It's kind of like Josh, and then him, and then Wes, you know?
Well, I really want Devin to be able to physically back up his shit talking game, because he provides a great foil to Bananas. Like, he's one of my favorite, like, enemies of Bananas, because he does get under his skin, but then he's not good at the challenge, so it's unfortunate.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Totally like Josh and Wes, but like I like Devin.
Yeah.
Josh. Yeah, 100%. But you guys, now that you watched X on the Beach 3 or 4, no?
I watched it, yeah.
Okay, so like, did we talk about this, Michelle, that he was dating Marie?
Well, yeah.
Marie came on as his ex on X on the Beach.
What?
Yeah.
So like she is like all hung up on Devin, and like they kind of started like trying to work things out a little bit. I think it was just for the show, to stay on the show a little bit longer. But like, you know, like having like romantic dinner, and like he kept on. He said she was a 6 out of 10 or something like that, and she
he was really rough on that show. That was really weird. I think they both like did it for publicity and like had an agreement, but he was really awful to her on that, and she really dumbed herself down in that situation too, and was just like, I'm in love with Devin, ha ha ha, he doesn't love me, what? Ooh. And then it was just a very bad look for her, but I'm assuming that they discussed that they wanted to go on and do that, because it didn't seem to me like they had a relationship ever.
No, it seemed like they like slept together a couple of times, and maybe she got a bit like clingy, and he probably said no, and then that's probably what happened.
Strange.
So like, can you picture that together, like Devin and Marie? Like,
no,
banging?
No, he's like asexual to me. I know he's not like I saw him on Are You the One, so I get it, but like he's just so awkward and weird. I don't know.
I liked him, and I forget the girl's name right now, but like they had a cute little relationship.
He didn't have any real things in Are You the One, though. He was kind of a lone wolf being like, I'm gonna figure this out.
With the girl, like remember he was like the meditator, and like she like loved him so much, and she was like, I can't remember her name now. Yeah, but I think they dated after the show as well.
Oh.
I'll see if I can find it while we're talking about.
I guess my perception of him is also just.
Yeah, he had more of like a vibe thing. Wait, did you see? Are You the One, like when they're running around the city in pairs with their matches?
No. Second Chances.
Yeah, but that's his match, but not him, who was like his best friend at that point.
Yeah.
Not the girl that he was hooking up with on Are You the One?
Okay. I didn't.
But these are things that you might need to have to watch now and go back, Michelle. Like, I'm feeling
I know.
You need to do a little bit of homework here.
There's a lot of back catalog to really go through now.
Well, now that like, especially if they're coming back and like there's a little more storylines, like even seeing Asaf and Tori
and Derek.
And wait,
Derek H.
Oh yeah,
Tori's ex,
with Tori as well.
Wait, did Tori and Asaf hook up?
Yeah, on Are You the One?
Yeah, like I mean, sort of.
Chance, I don't know. I don't remember which one. On Are You the One or Second Chances, but they had a thing.
Okay.
I think
they thought they could be a match on their season. You know, like when people are like, I think this person's my match, and then they have like a week where they're together, and then they go into the truth booth. That kind of relationship.
Right. Okay. It's slowly coming back to me. Honestly, it's been a while since I've seen that season.
So then we have Jarrell's little picture right here, which is very exciting.
Awesome.
Amber B from Big Brother.
Yes.
So is she on the rotation right now? Because like she was rumored to be on this season of Big Brother, the All-Star season. She was rumored, and when we were doing on Rob as a podcast, I believe we did one of hers as like someone that we were speculating was going to be part of the cast. I think we
Oh, sorry. You're talking about the Amber from Big Brother.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
also
Amber
the
B.
Amber from, there's also the Amber from Are You the One, which I'm very excited
Yes.
about. Love her.
Oh, she's in that too? Her. Okay, yeah.
She's awesome. But Amber from Big Brother, while I like her, like I don't have an issue with her, but she was not an all-star.
No.
Like
but she deserves another chance to be on a reality show, I think.
Maybe what they should do, they should just do all the visible minorities and people of color that never got to jury and just have one season of all the people of color going on and playing, because for only one, I think it was Marvin, is the only black man for sure anyways, other than Danielle, black man that's made it to jury, if I'm not mistaken. And
that's wild.
Ever?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I can't think of any off the top of my head other than him. And for men. Women, definitely, obviously, Danielle made it to jury. Dave Vaughn made it to jury, first juror once. Bailey, first juror once.
Wow, that's horrible.
But like, definitely nobody in the final three position.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is because they put like only a little couple people at most.
Exactly. And so I think they just like, because we're going to talk about it when we talk about Big Brother later, but like, you know, the fact that they're putting David on this All-Star season is because they're feeling a certain kind of way about the fact that they haven't had any good representation and how racist the previous season was.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yes, he needs a second chance, but not on this season. Wait till you see this episode, Tanya. Oh my God.
Yeah.
David has a moment.
That's a fair point. Honestly, I think also when it comes down to America's votes and stuff, then that's also like a form of discrimination too, because they're voting for people that are representing very basic perspectives.
Except when
and fan faves, right?
The house in season 6.
Yes, exactly. That's the only time. But
I mean, against Cappy, like, who cares? Like, obviously,
exactly.
Cappy's the worst.
Terrible.
So yeah, Annalise is not involved anymore. Derek, as you're saying, also from Are You the One? He wasn't really performing. I remember when he was with Tori on a season, and she was embarrassed to have him as her partner. I think it was an Exes type season or something.
Mediocre.
Yeah, he was bad.
He had a lot of talk as well, but like he never backed it up. Okay, so this one is annoying to me. Mark from Big Brother. Like, here.
I shake my head and I'm just like, Nani, run away, Nani, please.
Oh my God, don't.
She won't. She won't. It's not her type.
Hunter was her type, Tanya. What are you saying to me right now?
I mean,
that's fair. I blocked that out. I actually can't deal with Hunter, so I've actually blocked him out of my mind.
He's the worst. So
terrible.
On the beach, though, Mark was having a fling thing with Aubrey O'Day.
Aubrey.
You're like Aubrey. Not Fifth Element. What's her group called again?
She was in Danity Kane.
Like,
right, okay.
Like one of my favorite shows, MTV's Making the Band.
Like,
Like, how great was that for nostalgia? We should do a rewatch of that. Oh my God. So good. So anyway, so like they had a weird fling thing, but then obviously, what's her name?
His girl from Big Brother. What is her name?
Blondie.
Oh, Elise.
Elena.
Yeah, Elena. Yeah.
And like they were like banging in the bathroom, but then like fighting, and like it was just such a mess. But then
messy.
He's such a mess. Like, I don't know. I'm not into his vibe at all. I don't think he's hot. I don't like want him hooking up with anybody. I don't want to see him do well. Like, I'm just like, I'm not for him at all. And like, I don't know why he's on there and why he still uses that picture. Sorry.
It's unclear. Yeah, no, he is really, but he is kind of just like goofy and harmless in a certain way. I don't know about his history on Big Brother because I didn't actually watch that season, but I saw him on X on the Beach, and he was just like goofy, like easy to make fun of person that's just like ha ha ha, like constantly just laughing even in the most awkward of situations. Like he just laughs at everything.
Yeah,
that's all he does.
He also was just like part of the awful group in Big Brother. So even though he wasn't the worst, he was just like A, not a good strategist, but B, just like
just a sheep.
Yeah.
That's honestly, that's probably the second worst season of Big Brother of all time. So like,
I didn't watch it.
The worst. Season 19's right after that, and season 22 right now is like, for me, it's around there. Like obviously I love Janelle being on it, but like how it's going, it's so boring to me.
I know.
It's tough to watch. It's tough to watch.
So bad.
Yeah, but we must.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So we have the girl Amber. I don't fully remember that much from Already the One, but she was from the one when the fluid season, correct? And so okay. So
love her.
I definitely.
She's not gonna be. I don't think she's gonna be very good at the challenge, but love her.
Tiny,
great.
Short and small, but she's very feisty. So though I don't think she'll ever give up, and I think she's willing to try anything crazy. So she could be like, we'll see.
Do you think that her and Nani might have a thing?
Oh, totally.
That would be great.
That would be so great.
And what if like Casey got jealous?
Oh my God. There's going to be so many things happening with the Casey and the, like,
the Casey and Nani of it all. The Casey and Nani of it all.
Also, which is a surprising one, which is I think a pretty good get, is Natalie from Survivor. So winner finalist of Survivor, Natalie.
Huge. That's huge.
Love that.
I love Natalie. Like she will be such a good competitor, but is also really good socially and has lived in Survivor land, aka no like rice and like not enough to drink or eat. She's gonna
Amazing Race.
Fine.
She did on Amazing Race twice.
Oh, right, yes.
Like, and I think she was a finalist once. I think her and her sister got to the finalist once, and then the second time when they came around, they did really poorly. Yeah. But I mean, she's definitely well versed in reality TV, and she's like a CrossFit champion. Like she loves that stuff. So I could see her like getting in with like those top, like Darrell and her like training or something, and like
everyone's gonna want her on their side because there is nothing she won't be able to do. Jenny better watch out.
She's the type of person that, I mean, I'm assuming we all watch Winners at War. Yeah. The endurance challenges that she absolutely dominated on Extinction were basically mini challenge finals. So if she makes it far enough, like to do a final, I feel super confident that she'd be really good at it. Also, she's provided us some of the messiest moments in Survivor as well. If we really think about like moments that have happened to her where it's been like really, really dramatic in this team of Survivor drama. So I'm interested to see how that can translate into the challenge. Because she's not challenge messy, but she's messy for Survivor, if that makes sense.
Blunt. Yeah, I agree. And she's like a blunt.
But
love her.
Also, what's great about her is like she'll be blunt and not be like scared to say what she thinks and not be scared of being thrown into the. She's like, whatever.
Exactly.
I'll go and do that. Like I'm gonna say what I want. I'm gonna say my piece. If you're gonna put me in there, I'm calling you out. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's not gonna be someone that's like, oh, I don't want to go into the duel or whatever it is. Like she's like, bring it. And so I think that even having that, people are going to be like, oh, like kind of just like worried because she's gonna have so much confidence, and especially for being a rookie. So I'm excited to see her play for sure. So we have Michi. Did you?
Michi.
No, didn't he call himself Michi?
Michi, yeah, from X on the Beach.
I thought you were talking about Mickey.
No. Oh my God, no.
I was about to have a full panic.
It's spelled the same way though. But yeah, he's from X on the Beach, and so
that's what I know him from.
That's all I've seen him on, and he's like is he a rap artist?
I think so. I think he's I
mean, he's cute.
He's an artist. Yeah.
He was dating. I can't remember his whole love triangle. He's cute.
What was happening on there? Oh gosh.
Yeah, I can't
even remember what. I think it was that same season with Devin and Marie though.
I think so.
Do we like him? How do we feel about him?
I remember not minding him.
Medium, yeah. He's fine. He seems pretty chill, like involved in drama, sure, but X on the Beach is all drama. I don't know about a challenge person. Like,
he will get a girl, like he has swag, like, you know, like girls like him. He was involved in like a couple love triangles type things.
Yeah, it was Kenya. It was with Kenya.
Kenya, that's what I'm saying. She's hot.
Yeah.
So Connor from The Bachelorette, I don't really remember him from The Bachelorette, so I'm just like, maybe they all have the same publicist, like, I don't effing know, but like, he doesn't need to be here. I never needed to see him again. I don't remember him.
So no thanks for me.
No thanks. So this other girl, Olivia from Shipwrecked UK, I haven't seen that, but Shipwrecked was the show that Jenny won. I don't know if they were on the same
season. So maybe there's some history.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up and see if it's the same season. I'm not sure. I'll do some research. Morgan. So Morgan was from Temptation Island. She's actually has drama going on about her right now because she was like the temptress, and the guy that she ended up with was in a relationship, so that he left his relationship on Temptation Island to start it with one of the single women. And so they've dated for a while since, but recently I've seen on her YouTube channel that like there's some big cheating scandal that she's like was really upset about. So she has some scandal following her here. I'm not sure she's gonna be a competitor. She's a cute girl, obviously. She looks in shape. I don't know how great she's gonna do on the challenge, but you know.
We love a YouTube cheating scandal video.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know who this guy is. I can't see his name on this picture. So he's from the WWE. I'm not sure who he is.
What?
Yeah, like it's amazing. Like honestly,
that's so random.
It's so random.
Well, this other guy who I don't know what to say his name, Joseph, I think. He's from America's Got Talent. I don't watch that show.
Stop. No, he's from America's Got Talent. I'm sorry. What, we're just opening the floodgates.
Everybody, let's go.
Anybody can be on. Anyone can go on.
Master Chef, like, what is going on here?
Girl here, Brienne.
Was his talent like being strong? Maybe.
I mean, I don't watch the show. Some girl from Titan Games. I don't know what that is either.
That's probably like a ninja warrior type.
Yeah, it is. It's hosted by The Rock.
I gotta watch that maybe. And then, the last one that I'm not excited about is Lolo Jones.
Okay, but like
drama.
You can't deny that she's hilarious. Well, and maddening and kind of the worst, but like I'm excited for how she's gonna stir up everyone else's energy because she will not let anything rest. Like
it's true. No. Yeah, I watched her obviously on Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother, and then she did one or two of those Champs versus Stars.
Yeah, she was like a lot of drama on that.
Okay, I know it's none of our business, but like, do you think she's had sex yet? She's always been a virgin.
Oh right,
I just can't.
That's her storyline.
I just can't.
I will say, like, I hope so.
Okay, and if not, do you think that there's somebody that might help her?
Mark.
Mark, but Mark.
No, Mark from Big Brother.
Oh, I mean, he's too soft for her.
But maybe that's what he wants and she wants. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think so.
And then he won't be available for Nani. That's like what I care about because I need her to stay level-headed.
Would go with Mickey or Mitchie or
Amber. Like, Amber. And she still has Casey. Yeah, so she's
and Asaf too.
And
oh my God, Nani has someone for every night of the week. That's exciting.
People can be eliminated, no big deal, because she has somebody else still there. Any other gossip before we talk about the duel?
I think that covers most of it for now.
Yeah.
So good though. Like that's lots is going on, which I'm really happy. I'm so happy that I got to share with you about Annalise.
That makes me so relieved. Honestly, so relieved. A weight has lifted.
Yes. Well, it's really, at least MTV is holding up to the performative black square. You know what I mean? Like, they're following through. Like, I know it's a season later now and like everything's kind of cooled off since June 2nd, you know, but it's like they're still holding people to a standard. And so I'm glad that they're, you know, not rewarding someone that was involved in something kind of shitty that didn't say anything in the time, and they don't want to have her on her show. I like that.
Me too.
Okay, so we got The Duel, episode 5. Overall thoughts, ladies?
I thought it was a great episode, and it was very nostalgic as always, but also unexpected with the elimination, I thought.
Tanya, what do you think about it in general?
I really liked this episode. I thought it had a little bit of everything. I'm sure we'll get into it, but the Nehemiah Beth storyline.
Yeah.
Classic.
My tenderoni!
I forgot about that.
Classic. And then also like a pretty good daily challenge and surprising elimination. So it had a little bit of everything.
So it starts off obviously reminding us of the previous episode where Aneesa wins her duel. And she, Aneesa kind of wants to instill a little bit of fear in everybody. And I was kind of taken back to, I didn't like Aneesa back then.
No.
Like, I was like, oh yeah, I don't like you. Like, I like Aneesa a lot now. I don't know when the switch happened, but back then I was like, I'm not into your vibe.
It transitioned for me when she left for a while and came back. I just had a new respect for her, and she had a different level of maturity. I don't know. I just like her more now. And she's way funnier.
She is way funnier. Yeah, back then she's just kind of, I don't know what it is. Kind of mean, but I don't know. She had like a chip on her shoulder kind of vibe, and I wasn't really vibing with that. I don't know if it's been the same with you, Tanya, but like Michelle been talking about, it really has been so nostalgic going back and seeing these challenges. How have you been feeling doing a little bit of a rewatch?
It's really interesting because it's been a long time since I've watched it, but as I'm watching it, there's so many scenes that I remember watching so many times. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh my God, it's this episode where this happened. Oh yeah, tenderoni. I forgot about that. Like, I literally forgot, but also it all keeps coming back to me. Like, I'm unearthing all these memories from the past. I also really appreciate any throwback to the style of that era in terms of what they're wearing is incredible. Like, Casey literally looks like Kirsten Dunst in Bring It On, like the entire time. It's great. It's great.
Also, what I think has progressed since then is like the wigs. Like, wigs
Yes.
now are so good. Like, back then they actually looked like wigs. And when I was thinking, like,
for sure,
a couple episodes didn't want to get her wig wet because it's probably expensive. Like, it's probably like a $500 wig. But now if you get a $500 wig, like, it looks like your real hair.
It looks like hair, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And what I liked about this episode too is it reminded me of why Derek was like one of my all-time faves, and like people don't give him the credit because he might not have as many final wins, but he literally like he beats Big Easy, CT, and Brad off of this thing when everything is against him. Literally, they could just lift him up, but he just moves so quick, and he always has confidence in himself, but he's not too smug. I just love old Derek. Like,
yeah.
Me too. Yeah, you have to watch. I mean, he was only on for a very little bit of it, but the Sequester mini that he was on, he still has the same kind of vibe. He didn't really get a chance to play, but if you want to have a little bit of nostalgia and seeing him in his own vibes, he was on a couple seasons ago. What I also really loved is all the guys kind of joking around, like outside of the actual challenges, like they're wrestling and like just being kind of goofy dudes, and I always like kind of the bromance-y part of it as well. I think that that's something that I love about nostalgia version of the challenge, is that like there's this bro love, and like even the girls like have like their little girl cliques, and like I kind of like that because that's because they've been creating memories together for so many years. Do you guys agree? You're like, yes.
It was, yeah.
I feel like it is really nostalgic, and like how, like, for example, about Kenny and how he like wasn't kind of a nobody like at this point in his challenge career, but like brought everyone into such a happy mindset and was so chill and like fun. And just I kind of forgot about that side of him. The groups are a little cliquey, but it's kind of funny in that way. But like Jody and Keena especially, like Keena is so stuck up and like thinks of themselves as so above Beth. It's just like the way they speak about how it's like gross and like disgusting that like a man would be interested in her. Like, I don't know. I just like, I didn't love that.
No, I definitely was noticing something myself where, so if we're going to relate it a little bit to the most recent seasons of Big Brother, well, how it's kind of like a big blob majority alliance that just picks out the people on the outside. And so that's kind of what, you know, Beth was trying to dismantle there. Like kind of like she's like the Kaser or the Janelle, like trying to like, you know, take all the people that are on the outside that are not a part of this like clique, like main group, and like kind of attack on the outside and go and intercept. And so I actually was like appreciating Beth in this episode. I was like, she's not allowing herself to be picked off by the majority alliance bullies basically right now. And like I think at the time I was on the side of Keena and DM just because I probably liked them better. But now I'm realizing that it was actually a majority alliance that Beth was kind of dismantled, which I thought was really interesting, new perspective. Michelle, thoughts?
Yeah, and like DM, the thing is like DM, even though she's like in that alliance, like it's like the three of them, and then she's kind of on the outside. Like she is with them, but she doesn't really speak up. She just kind of is like there as they're like being like, oh, we hate Beth so much. So she's not like actively hating. And I remember obviously like I loved DM watching it before, but yeah, when I watch it now, I'm definitely more on the side of Beth, although she always goes too far.
Her personality sucks, but her intentions were good.
Her intentions make complete sense. Yeah, like for them to all team up was smart, especially since Svetlana's a beast. Like,
yes. Shouts to Svetlana, like truly one of the best in such a short amount of time that she was with us on this MTV journey. I love her. And I love seeing her on this challenge. She's amazing. But to say something about the Girls Alliance, honestly, it seems like the Keena, Jody, by proxy, DM, and Robin is all just the girls that are hooking up with the guys that are there, that are like the hot popular girls, and then everybody else. And yeah, I don't blame Beth for doing what she's doing. Like the way they talk about her now, even the guys and the girls, like there's about, oh, she's 40 years old. I'm like, this has changed so much when you look at the challenge now, where everyone is like close to 40 that was part of this era. Yeah. It's not spoken about in that way. It felt very like, I don't know, they pile on Beth and she has a pretty good way of dealing with it, which is just by laughing at it and like doing her own thing on the side. Again, sometimes she's very extra, but I kind of appreciate that she's like, whatever, these people are against me, so I'm just going to do this. And like, I don't care. I'm not scared of them. That's that.
Yeah. So CT teasing her about she looks a little bit looser, that she would have been tenderized a little bit. I was like, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty.
I mean, the thing is, they didn't even hook up. Like,
that we know of. I'm just kidding.
I mean, maybe they did, but like, yeah, that was a pretty great moment.
So you kind of already started talking about it, Michelle, but like we have pushover is like the challenge, the daily challenge, and it's kind of like a grudge match, and your hands are tied, and you're on like a little bit of a little jutted out,
like a plank
thing, and you have to kind of knock your opponent off. What do you think about this challenge?
I really I liked the challenge. It's like an old school classic challenge where someone unexpected can win if they're smarter and better. Like Wes used the excuse of like, obviously Big Easy just kind of like leaned the thing and like rolled him off. But Derek found a way to jump around in a way and like trick him and get him to fall off. Like he was able to figure it out. So it was really cool to see how cunning people were and how pissed people were that Beth won, even though I don't even remember what the prize was, some trip or something.
Sure, I wrote it down somewhere. Was it the golf clubs?
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was a golf lesson, I think.
And a lesson, yes. Golf clubs and a lesson. Yay. I mean, I love prizes, so I'd be pretty happy about winning anything. I'd probably sell that on eBay and sign it or something.
Yeah. I like the daily challenges where they do this kind of tournament style where there's different rounds. I like that concept where it's like you start off paired versus one person and then people get eliminated as you go. I think it's like particularly effective for one like this where you can kind of get a few cracks at it if you win a round or two. So I liked it. It's really simple, but it's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. So something that like Michelle and I've been talking about in past episodes is like we just like the basicness of these challenges. Like they're just like fun. Everybody can do them, and I've been learning, at least anyways, that like I don't need to have these American Ninja Warrior style like special effects explosions to be able to enjoy people competing. Like I like the basicness of these challenges, and so that's something else that's been coming up with like this look back is that they're doing too much now. They don't need to do this. They can offer the $1 million, sure, but they don't need all this stuff, in my opinion, to make it good anymore. I don't know. You agree? Thank you. Good. So yeah, who ended up winning? So Beth won for her, the girls, and for the guys, Derek won. And so that wasn't really that surprising. You know, Derek always seems to figure out how to win. So I was pretty happy with that. Was it a girls' duel or a boys' duel? Male duel.
Guys, yeah.
Male duel. So what ended up happening? Okay, so like, it went through whatever, and CT ended up making Casey make the choice. So I don't remember though. Where is Casey in? Like she was on Fresh Meat, was it?
Yeah.
1?
She was Wes's partner on Fresh Meat 1.
I mean,
yeah. She was Fresh Meat. She was the Fresh Meat, and she was partnered with Wes.
And they went into A Million Exiles.
Right. And she was kind of crying all the time, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like kind of being like, who is she? Like I don't remember on
he would yell at her all the time, like treated her like shit.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
They had to go into the exile like basically every week, and he would just like yell at her the entire time.
He's like, I mean, I'm not really that big of a fan of hers, to be honest. I don't think I was then either. I found her quite whiny, and I just think, I don't know, these challenges are not that hard, so just do it, right?
I like her confessionals. She's always like pretty funny in those. And in the next episode we'll get to it, but her tantrum is like, that's how I feel when I have to go to work every day. It's like very relatable.
Yeah.
It's fine for work.
But she's not a good competitor. She's just, a personality.
So I do remember though, when this whole scenario happened, when I originally saw it, that I did feel upset for Nehemiah, that he was kind of being not bullied, but like, that he was an outsider with the cool kids or whatnot. And so he ends up being the one that's left out of the schoolyard pick, and he chooses Kenny. Were you guys surprised? Like, I know you've seen it before, but like.
I completely forgot about
it. Yeah, I was surprised.
This week, and when he picked Kenny, I was like, oh no, like Kenny's obviously going to beat him. In my mind, like I forgot completely what happened, and I was like, Kenny's going to beat him because it's Kenny. He always gets what he wants usually. Like, I forgot, and so yeah, it was an interesting choice. I wasn't sure who he was going to pick,
and for me too. Like I was surprised. As like I don't remember Kenny going home.
But it kind of makes sense because you think, okay, he doesn't want to go against Big Easy in case it's pole wrestle. Same with CT. Same with Evan. It's more
Wes is his friend.
And then Derek is just so fucking good at everything. So it's like, what other option does he have? And Brad, who's also considered to be one of the strongest and ties and all that jazz. So
yeah,
I think he thought he had the best shot against Kenny.
Yeah,
for whatever reason.
I was just surprised, and like I didn't expect him to be going in that early, and I was like, funny that like all of us forgot what actually happened. Like I was surprised again in that moment. I was like, oh wow, I don't remember that. So they're going to be playing the Ascender, which we already saw a couple of times before. Basically, they climb up a rope, do some monkey bars across, let a bag of puzzle pieces fall. I think it's like tangrams. It seems like giant tangrams. And whoever finishes the puzzle first, obviously, is going to be the winner. And Kenny did not pull through. I don't remember this.
I didn't remember. I honestly was like, oh, Nehemiah, that sucks. Even though, like, obviously, Kenny's entertaining. But I was like, oh, there is a reason that Nehemiah was considered like a decent enough competitor, Mm-hmm. He had to have done something. So he's beat some good people sometimes.
He isn't bad. The thing is, his strategy is bad because, and I think it's been his problem anytime he's been on the challenge, is he plays it for like a loyalty based game, or like even when he talks about Beth earlier, he says, Beth has my back, so if someone has my back, I have theirs. It's like, okay, morally, yeah, but on the challenge, that's just not a good approach. Like, it just doesn't work for you. So I think he ends up being in eliminations because he's like that kind of player, but he's not actually bad. He just doesn't have good strategy.
Mm-hmm. Well, another thing like that I thought was really interesting, this is completely separate from this episode, but when all the talks were happening about Dee and like the comments that she was making, he was on somebody's podcast and I watched it, and he was defending all the people that were being kind of taken off of MTV and saying like, oh, I don't think that they deserve to like not compete on the show anymore. And like, oh, like I don't think what they said was that bad. And she was definitely defending many of the people that had been kind of exiled from MTV, which I thought was interesting that he wasn't.
Interesting.
The stance that he was taking, I was like,
yeah.
It just made me think about him differently a little bit.
Totally.
Well, I mean, he was really close with Dee, right? When they were doing that shooting of that reality show or whatever.
Yeah, I guess like he probably didn't want to say anything bad about his friend kind of thing. I just felt as though it just wasn't like, it wasn't an educated response. I don't know. I was like, I didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling it. It made me.
It's not a great take. It's not a great take for sure.
And so it made me think of him a little bit differently. Kind of that not that he's soft, but that he'll bend over for anything. Like he just didn't have a stance within him. And like, yes, he could be supporting his friend, but like he just, the way that he came across, like it just didn't seem like someone that was for the cause. Anyways, it was just an observation. I just didn't enjoy that. And so seeing him back here, and now I'm seeing like, oh, like maybe he just doesn't have the balls to like actually stand up to people. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
For what he, like, you know, like, I think that partially back then too, like race things were probably like subconsciously, systemically an issue with what was going on. And so, you know, you get ingrained in those particular worlds, so you don't necessarily see what's going on anymore. But that's, I guess, what I'm also noticing with him is that he still is behind the veil and not seeing any systemic racism that's been happening in his world. So he's not woke enough for me. I was like, you're not woke.
Yeah.
Not woke. So one thing I thought was interesting, there's a scene with Beth telling Jody like that she, you know, she wants to break up their alliance and stuff like that. And like, I actually really like this. Like, if we're gonna have a strategic game, like I want you to be trying to break up that alliance. Like I'm other than Beth's attitude, like I like Beth. Tanya, you agree?
Yeah. I agree. I think that what the other girls were saying was that they weren't conspiring against Beth. Like, that's what Jody says, we're not conspiring against you. You are conspiring against her because half of the girls in the house are in an alliance and everybody else is not. So I don't know why it was so shocking to them that she would be targeting them. And they can't say that they haven't been coming for her because they literally make fun of her all the time and constantly want her to be out, but no one wants to face her. So I thought she was totally in the right in this situation, just calling it for what it is, and don't try and pretend like that's not your play when it is at the end of the day. Well, she was just calling them on their BS.
Even in Big Brother, this season right now, like Kesa and Janelle were trying to do the exact same thing. And they're like, oh, we just want it to be an easy game. Like, we don't want sides to be divided. Like, we don't want that. We don't want like the old, like us against them kind of mentality. It's like, because you're in a power position, obviously you don't want things to be disrupted. Obviously you don't want to have to fight for your spot to be there. You want an easy road. Like, anyways, like, so frustrating when people don't really recognize that people don't want to be on the bottom. They want to have a shot.
Exactly.
Take them off. Like, or I hope they.
And if you're in,
lie down.
If you're in a majority alliance, then if you're in the majority alliance, then of course you want to maintain your alliance, but you're basically just like gaslighting people by saying that you're not coming for them when you obviously are, because they're not in your alliance. And that's it. Like,
I've definitely been part of a major alliance. And when I played Cheesecake, like that's what my strategy was, is like I started 8-person alliance. And then like within the 8, there was a 7, and within the 7, there was a 5, and then another 5, and then a 4, and then there was a 3. And so I was in all of them. And so like, that's how it worked. And Andrew was calling it the Russian doll approach. It's like, you know, just keep on opening up the Russian doll and there's another alliance underneath. And it's effective and it works, but it's not great if you're not part of the core 3 or the core 4, depending on who's like at the top, you know?
Exactly.
So it's just, I want people to go against the top. Like, it would have been really interesting if people figured it out and Kate started coming for me and like, you know, gave me a run for my money, but they did it.
Hey, if it were, it's not a bad strategy to be part of a majority alliance. It's a good strategy. I just think the girls, CT says it in the next episode, not a spoiler, but they're talking about Beth so much. She says, sounds like you guys are scared of Beth. Yeah. And that's the truth, because she could technically beat any of them, even Jody, if it was the right type of game. So they should be worried.
Absolutely. I mean, I agree that they are scared of, they're scared of having to defend their position. Like, numbers should be enough. And when you're in the majority, numbers are great. When you are coming, you want to have a piece of the pie, you have to break up the majority if you're not part of it. And so that's what makes it most interesting, in my opinion. That's why we love season 6 Big Brother, because there was a line that was divided and the power just was flipping back and forth and people were taking shots at each other. Like, but season 21 and season 20 and season 19 are all these gigantic alliances that just pick off the extraneous people. And you knew pretty much like, okay, well, you know, now they have the numbers, they're always going to be able to choose who goes home. And that's not interesting to watch. And I wouldn't want myself to be on the bottom of that. So I'm team Beth right now. Yeah. So this is where we firstly hear her call Nehemiah my tenderoni. And I totally remember her saying, stop that face, Michelle. You don't know that?
No.
Why?
It was...
Why? Are you asking me why I don't like tenderoni?
Yeah.
Why? I don't need to be asked why I don't like that.
I think it's a song though.
Oh yeah?
I mean, I'll try to find it, but I think it's a song. I think it's like a slow jam. I'm not even joking. Like, it's like sexy, like da, 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 da. Like, I think, I could be wrong, but I'm gonna look it up and see if I'm just making shit up. I might be. So obviously he loses, and yeah, I guess it's pretty much the next episode. Do we like this one too? I love this episode.
Yeah.
Shout out, sorry, before we go on to the next episode, I want to shout out this psycho watch that was the prize for winning the elimination that TJ displayed on that little pillow. I thought that was great. So shouts to Psycho for the watch.
Yeah. You didn't hear this before, but around this time, I was the voice of Seiko watches. So I'll let you guys hear it after.
Do you get royalties for me just saying Seiko?
No, it was before I was a union member. And so it was really great because like I got paid really well. But then once I did it for like 4 or 5 years or so. So I think I was still doing it then. I might have stopped in 2005, but around then I was in the world of Seiko watches. And
amazing.
I'm always like, I want it. Like, why did you give me a Seiko watch? We're like, we gave you money. I'm like, oh, watch. But yeah, so that's something that I shared, a piece of me. I'll let you guys hear it later. I'll find it for you. Beautiful. At least one of the versions. Yes, well, thanks for the shout out. Actually, watches aren't even that popular anymore. Like, I want them to come back.
I hadn't even thought about that brand until I saw that prize. I was like, oh my God. I think we should just like have a little moment when we do each episode of what the prize is for winning the elimination, because that is a time capsule in and of itself of what they win. It's so funny.
So funny. So, I mean, what I loved about just the beginning of this episode is DM dancing with CT at the club when all the girls decide to wear a wig, and the boys, like everybody decided to wear one of DM's wigs just so like she didn't feel self-conscious, and they're just dancing at the club, and CT has his long wig on, he's smoking in the club, and he's like a Calvin Klein model. Is that you doing his dance?
Oh no, I was just adjusting, but.
Oh, I thought Tanya was doing his dance. So like, he's like.
Oh no, I wish.
CT's hot. Like
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah, of course. They're amazing together. It just like, wow.
It's nice to return to the humble beginnings of this whole thing, which began with her taking off her wig at that challenge. And then now we're really getting into the like cutesy, like real exploring of that relationship, which is really exciting. Good times, really good times.
It's such a moment in my heart. Like I've been really like emotional with all my Big Brother watching this past week, but this like that I watched this, I'm like, oh my God, like I love the nostalgia of like people that meet and connect so well under really just such random circumstances, you know, that you can find someone that, I don't know, changes your life. And so I've been enjoying reliving this moment because they really mean something to each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cry. Like it's just, they're so beautiful. We also get Anissa and Beth kind of pulling in Svetlana. Anissa and Beth kind of had a moment in the previous episode where they're kind of like, well, we have to work together because we're both on the outside, so we may not like each other, but like we need to like join forces, which I think is smart. Like Beth is playing the game. Like she's not allowing herself to be picked off. I like that. And so they pull in Svetlana, and they obviously have Nehemiah and Wes as part of their, you know, their group of 5. And so it's like 5 on 5 pretty much right now, or is it 5 on 6? Anyways, around 5 on 5, which I think is pretty good odds for them going into this next challenge. And that's when CT says that you guys sound like you're scared of Beth to the other girls. And I think they are. They don't want to be their power to be disrupted. They don't want to have to go in and defend and maybe lose. Like Beth and Anissa aren't the smallest of girls. Like they might lose. They just might.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the daily? So it's called Flying Leap. Basically, they have to jump back and forth between two, like they're up high between two like platforms.
Yeah, it was hilarious, and just like people flopping around. It looked painful, honestly. And this was iconic because I remember this thing, and it's when like Svetlana just like does so well and like finds an extra flag in her bathing suit afterwards, and like at the end of, I think it was Robin's turn, she like pauses and waits the end of her turn when she had like 6 seconds to jump to the other side and grab another one, and all she had to do was do that, and it would have been at least tied.
What do you think they would have done for a tiebreaker?
Maybe they would have both of them do it again against each other.
It sucks.
I don't know. I mean, who knows?
That would suck. Yeah, I was definitely impressed with Svetlana's performance in that one because it looked really painful, to be honest. Like just belly flopping onto this like hard thing. Like I don't know. I wouldn't really have wanted to do it. Apparently, Casey didn't want to do it either. What do you think of that, Tanya?
I love it. I honestly, this is like what dreams are made of, is this type of editing in a challenge episode. I'm really impressed that she committed to crying for the entire time. I also love that she threw a few jumps in there of just like jumping on the platform as if she was even going to do it at all, which she obviously wasn't the entire time. It was a very half-assed attempt to make it seem like she was going to try, and I loved it. It's great. It's so funny.
You know, I actually thought that she was going to do it again. I forgot that she just do it. I was like, oh yeah, she doesn't do it.
She gives a few courtesy jumps to make it seem like she's going to do it, but she's not going to do it. And it's great. I love it. She knows she didn't want to jump. She probably wouldn't make it anyways. She didn't want to do it.
And she just got the new boobs too. I really wouldn't want to do like flops onto like a seemingly hard surface on new boobs.
But this is why like TJ didn't say anything to her, and like I guess she didn't quit, but she also didn't try. And normally he does call that out. So even he really wasn't. No, he didn't back then. I guess that's what I'm saying. Because normally he would. Nowadays he would say something if somebody didn't even try.
Yeah.
How many things has she been on by this point? Just
this is her second one.
Second season.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I guess she came from fresh meat, so maybe he doesn't expect her to be a competitor yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder when he started chirping people more. I don't know.
I don't know.
I was impressed by how good CT was at just like hopping over from one side to the next. I was like, it's pretty good.
The maniac.
That's 35 to 40 flags. That's wild. That's a lot to do in that amount of time.
How would you guys have done with this challenge? I think I would be
horribly.
I'd be like Casey, except I wouldn't even go up.
You wouldn't?
No.
Are you scared of heights?
I'm terrified, especially when I have no harness, nothing. Are you kidding me? No way.
There's no way I would make that jump. Like I would try to jump, but like I wouldn't reach.
And I'm tall, and I still would never. No.
Well, I'm surprised, ladies.
I'm short. I can't. I'm 5'3". There's no way I'm making that jump, even if I jumped as much as I could.
I've never claimed to think that I could accomplish any of the challenges.
And not that I think that you need to. I just didn't know that would be an equalizer. Be like, nope, I'm not doing it. Like, I can't picture you crying on the side, being like, I can't do it.
No, I wouldn't cry because I would already just know that I wasn't going to do it. You know?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that there was something that you wouldn't do. I thought you'd just do it all.
No.
Try it. Interesting. Learning something new. Okay, if I'm ever playing like a real in-person Survivor with you, I'll know.
Yeah, nothing with water, nothing with heights, nothing with like, there's a lot of stuff I won't do.
Like what kind of water stuff?
Anything where you have to like go underwater and unlock something, or like go from a high height into water, or like swim a far distance, or like anything. I don't want to.
Is it just so like I told you about the Survivor that I did, but like there's parts of it where like, people had to swim out to like a boat, like retrieve a ring and come back, and so you wouldn't have done that?
Well, no, if it's to a boat, it would depend on how far it was. I probably would try that, yeah.
And yeah, one of the competitions I had to learn the story and then like be treading water, answering questions. Yeah,
I hate treading water.
It was the worst. It was really bad, but I won, but it was bad. Yeah, but I don't mind heights. Would you ever bungee jump?
No.
Do you like roller coasters?
No, I hate.
She does not.
I absolutely
does not.
I've gone zip lining a couple times, and I like that, but it was scary. I cried the first time, but it was enjoyable because you're not going dropping. You're kind of just like
coasting. Yeah, no, I mean, I like ziplining. I went on one when I was in Mexico in December, and one time there was like basically it was a huge outdoor adventure thing, and like we're doing it super hungover, and you know we were like take this Jeep ride up to the top of a mountain and a mule ride up, and like when we get to the top we had to do like all this rappelling and then zip lining. So one of the zip linings was actually like you're upside down, and so like you're going through the whole thing, like it's like all like this, like that one you actually felt butterflies in your stomach because you're just like and you can't tell which way's up. Like it was very you'd be scared. You look like you're scared hearing about it, but it was fun. Anyways, I like ziplining. What else happened this episode? So obviously CT won his portion, and we kind of already mentioned that Svetlana had the missing flag in her bathing suit top, and so she ends up winning, which is definitely worrisome for that majority girls group. Not majority, but main girls group. So in the end, it's Casey left. So it didn't really matter.
it didn't matter anyway because they only have two guys, so they can only pick two girls. So once it got to CT, he wasn't going to help them, but he also wasn't going to pick DM because he's trying to play hard to get. So he's going to pick another random girl.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering to ask you guys.
That's going to help DM's alliance, right?
So with CT not like being like she hasn't given me like the signals, the wink and the the signs. Like, is it basically she hasn't told him that she likes him yet?
Yeah, like she's keeping it all under wraps, and it all is genuine, but he doesn't know that yet because he's like, she could just be playing me.
Did you guys at the time like originally think that she was playing him, or were you always like, me neither? No. CT, don't ruin it by being insecure. She likes you. She really likes you.
Well, also she probably thought he might be playing her because he's like kind of a bad boy. Like it's very classic, like bad boy, good girl. Like, oh, they balance each other out situation. So I think neither of them is trusting the other at the beginning, and they're playing a game. So understandable. But it's clear that they obviously really like had something, had a connection that is real. for sure.
Yeah, definitely in that, even that final scene after the whole episode where they're talking about like, you know, like kind of liking each other. Like you could tell, like, I mean, I could tell that she likes him for sure.
Yeah.
And I can tell that he's also being apprehensive. But those are moments that they probably like used to relive like all the time, being like, oh my God, do you remember when we were just like talking for the first time? And like, I knew that I liked you so much. Like, I don't know. I wish I was a little bit more, had more of their love story.
Yeah.
You know, like I wish they did like a CT and DM like at home special in like 2010. Anything else happened? So Casey ends up picking Robin, which I thought was pretty ballsy.
Terrible move. Like, why did you think something was going to cater to a smaller person? Like most of them don't. And just risk of pole wrestle that you know it's an option. You gotta pick Kina. You gotta pick Kina. She's the only one that's the closest to your size, and any man either of them could win that, honestly. So like, why would you pick Robin? It's like a sure lose.
I agree.
Yeah, I was confused by her pick there also. So they were playing pole wrestling, and she put up a bit of a fight. I thought she would have let go a lot sooner, so I'll give her a little bit of props there. But she kind of looked like she got really just like thrown around, and after she just looked quite defeated. I felt bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those where you watch it and you know exactly what's going to happen. Yeah. There's no twist. Just, yep. That's how that played out.
Dragged around for a bit, and I got the pull.
Yeah.
Did find it funny though after in the credits where, you know, she's getting people to help her put on her elbow pads and has her elbow pads upside down and getting chirped by TJ. TJ then was like, "Are we gonna do this today?" You know, giving her a little bit of attitude, just, you know, typical TJ.
Yeah, it was a cute moment. She totally had no idea what she was doing.
Yeah, but that's pretty much everything that happened this episode. Is there anything I missed?
No.
Yeah, the prize is an Xbox 360
for
winning this elimination.
You know what? You come with the prizes, okay? Because sometimes I can't write them down. So
I had to.
360.
And he gives her the box. He's like, "You won this Xbox 360." The box is like this big. He's like, "Congrats." Love it.
When he gave her the watch, and he's just like, "Here." Like,
I don't even remember that. So obviously now I'm going to be keeping my eye out for all the prizes. But if you want to remember to like be like, and don't forget the
yeah. Oh, I'll never forget. These are the moments that I'm writing down. My notes are Xbox 360 pole wrestle lol. So that's what we got.
Well, it was great chatting with you, ladies. Are you guys doing anything interesting online that people can follow you or watch you on or whatnot, find you?
There's nothing interesting that I'm posting really, but besides this, but my Instagram is @MishNash with 3 H's.
Tanya, where can people find you?
Yeah, I mean, again, nothing that's particularly happening, but if you would like to follow me, my Instagram is @TanyaFili, TANYAFILI.
And me, you can find me at ShanFranFran or at Reality Realnesss with 3 S's on Instagram. If you want to find me on Twitter, you can do @Shan____Fran or at Reality Realnesss with 3 S's, but not an E on the second. Anyways, it's too many characters. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you subscribe right down below. Hit that like button, ring that bell so you can be notified whenever we go live or we have another episode of Something Reality TV. And look at that Michelle's got going on over here.
Hopefully.
Can you spot the image? What episode is this from?
Bonus points if you can guess.
Bonus points. Okay, guys. See you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.